This is the My4 High School Basketball Game of the Week. Sponsored by Rensselaer Honda.
The Section 2 High School Basketball Game of the Week brings us to Niskayuna, the home of the late, great Jeff Blatnick, the 1984 Olympic gold medalist in Greco-Roman wrestling. Pleasure to be at Niskayuna tonight for our final game of the week on My4. And Niskayuna going up against an undefeated CBA team that comes in 16-0 and ranked number 6 in New York State. Joining me, as always, my partner, Steve Scambolori. And Steve, good to see you. And tonight, no question that this is a Niskay team that has a tall order, a tall task at hand against CBA.
Sure. When anytime CBA comes into your gym, it's a tall task for anybody, especially this year. But how about Niskayuna? They lose in the state finals a year ago. They lose Daniel Smalls, and nobody's talking about them this year. But very quietly, Roger, they're 12-5, 8-3 in the league. They're a solid team.
Yeah, and some close losses against some really good teams, including Shaker and Shen and Bethlehem. All right, let's talk about some of the matchups that will be key tonight. And one of them is going to be for Niskayuna trying to deal with J.J. Osinski.
Yeah, and J.J. always on the attack, always super confident. He'll miss 10 shots in a row, but he thinks the 11th is going in. And he's always putting you as a defender in weird positions because he's always coming downhill at you. Confident, strong, just a really good overall player.
Yeah, J.J. averaging 22 points a game. And then, well, Brady Olson, right, he does it all, continues to do it all season long for Niskayuna.
Just a Swiss Army knife. He can guard positions 1 through 5. He can play point guard, forward, and center for his team. He's a great defender, a great athlete, really explosive and super strong. I'm excited to watch him play in person.
Yeah, the question is who's gonna step up and help Brady Olson in the scoring department tonight. That'll be a storyline that will follow early on. All right, let's get to your keys of the game, and let's start with the visitors from CBA.
Well, I think CBA's got some interesting things to take a look at. First and foremost, they got to solve the Pomstaten and Brady Olson impact, because both of those guys, in Brady Olson and Pomstaten, can really wreck a game for you if you're CBA. And then secondarily, Niskayuna's playing at home in their gym. You can't let their role players get comfortable, especially on their home floor. So let's be on the lookout for that tonight.
All right, what's the plan and what will be your plan? You get the keys of the game here for Mike Grasso and the home team at Niskayuna.
Well, you can't just pass the physicality test when you're playing CBA. Niskayuna is going to have to ace it tonight. So physical with CBA, I think the most physical team in the area. And then last and certainly not least, they got to force other guys to make shots. You can't let J.J. Osinski and Austin Osinski go for a 20 apiece here. It's got to be other guys making shots. If CBA is going to beat me, it's going to be the Jack Hewletts, the J.T. Vogels, the Keon Polidors, the Amari Cofields that are going to have to score.
And we'll see what the pace is of this game, too. And is it going to be a fast pace? CBA is going to want to get up and down for sure. We'll come back. The play-by-play and the start of our game tonight. Niskayuna and CBA coming up on My4. The Section 2 High School Basketball Starting lineups tonight. We'll start with the visitors from CBA. Osinski, Hewlett, Vogel, and Cofield. And for the home team, Niskayuna, DiCaprio, McDonald, Harrow, Staton, and Olson. Brady Olson averaging 20 points, 9 a game. And J.J. Osinski at 22 a game. And we are set to go. Section 2 high school basketball game of the week on My4. And the tap controlled by Niskayuna. That's DiCaprio on the floor after it and gets it out front to Olson. Olson with the drive off the glass, no good. And the rebound to Jack Hewlett. And they'll push in transition, no doubt about that.
Let's see the reset here when they get set their basic defense. If you're looking at it from the TV or if you're in person and you're saying, what the heck is that? That's the sign that it's a pretty good defense. Little 3-2 match with some wonky principles attached to it.
And you wonder how many times Harrow and hands it off to Olsen, and he'll bring it across.
A little tougher to make jump shots on the road.
Staton, nice feed. Harrow got it. Beautiful feed and a nice design play there. And it's a 1-point game again.
It's a great call by Mike Grasso, taking a look at who Polydor's matched up on. Harrow's a little bit bigger. You run a 1-4 ISO for him in the post, and you get a layup to start the second.
Hewlett. Over to Bowden. Bowden spins on the blocks and scores. Nice move by Jacob Bowden. And back to a 3-point game, 14-11.
And Olsen's going to want to have that one back. He just left his feet.
Olsen tried to answer, missed the shot, rebound Staton, and we got a foul on the floor by Polydor for CBA, who will come out of the game, and Vogel comes back in for the brothers.
That's one of the worries when you play against zone. Some teams have a tendency to kind of fall in love with that three-point line. If the ball's going in, that's okay, but if it's not, it becomes a little dangerous.
DiCaprio passes to McDonald. On the baseline, up for the shot, no good. Misses the rim there, and here comes J.J. Osinski. Straight to the rim, and then kicks out to Vogel. Vogel with the drive in the lane, up with the right hand, short off the front of the iron, and Vogel's going to get called for the foul, going for the rebound.
I was going to say, that was pretty good patience by CBA, especially by J.J. Osinski, drawing two, kicking out to J.T. Vogel, but once in a while, you get upset with yourself as a player if you miss a shot that you feel like you should make. Looks like a little bit of a frustration foul there for JT. And look, if you're Niskayuna, you're fine. I mean, you're 14-11. You're down 3. You've been doing a good job on J.J. Osinski and Austin Osinski. I mean, you're getting settled in now offensively.
Olsen trying to get into the lane and has the ball stolen. It's Austin Osinski, the sophomore layup. No good. That's a goaltending. Hit the backboard. Count that bucket. Nice defensive play by Austin. And it's a 16-11 lead.
See, when I was in high school, that was a play that they let go. I like the change, though. You touch that backboard, it should be goaltending.
McDonald to DiCaprio, has the ball stripped by Cofield. And the layup at the other end is blocked by Olsen, but the follow by Austin Osinski is good, and CBA has opened up a 7-point lead.
That's one of those plays. Amazing individual effort, but you need the 4 other guys in white jerseys to sprint back and corral that rebound. Great block by Brady.
3-point shot. Olsen too strong. Tipped out. That's going to be off of JJ. Who went up to get the rebound off his hand, and it'll be Niskayuna ball, but a 7-point lead, largest in the game.
Just
by
little
CBA.
plays, just little plays here and there that can change momentum. And I don't think Niskayuna is going to be super comfortable if this thing gets to about 10 or 12. You got to be careful because they've turned the ball over like 2-3 straight times.
But that was good hustle by Austin, just continuing the play, right?
Absolutely.
Following up the miss and right there for the rebound and the putback to extend this to an 18-11 lead. DiCaprio, McDonald for 3. Inside, Harrell with the miss on the rebound. And Osinski, JJ, gets the rebound.
They dodged the bullet on that one, did CBA. Just missed the layup.
And in a game like this, those shots, those need to be good. Got to make those. Osinski up strong, no good. Tip, no good by Hewlett. Rebound, Olsen. And he'll push to DiCaprio in the corner. Staton up strong, count the bucket and 1. Home Staton will get an and 1. The 6'4 junior.
Just waiting for him to kind of do something like that. That's the one missing piece so far here in the first quarter and a half is Home Staton's been pretty quiet. Not defensively, but offensively. And look, if I'm Niskayuna, I'm incredibly comfortable playing this game 5-on-5 in the half court. Because when they're 5-on-5, they're getting CBA to miss. CBA, though, they have this lead because of the turnovers on Niskayuna's behalf.
Staton with the miss. And the rebound, they're going to call a foul on Harrow with a push going for the rebound against Austin Osinski. And Mike Grasso did not like that call off the missed foul shot. We get a timeout.
It's that conversion rate when you turn it over against teams that pressure the basketball. I mean, those teams, they work on those things in practice. How quickly you can convert a turnover to a layup or an easy opportunity. And CBA's at 18 points because they turned them over 2-3 times in a row, and they got layups.
Looking at the crowd tonight, the student section there, nice crowd. A little inclement weather here in the Capital Region, but still nice crowd here on youth night. And there you see the young guys in the Niskayuna program. And Mike Grasso's done a tremendous job here in his 7th year. And you see the student broadcasters of the game as well. I saw them walking in. I love to see that. Absolutely love it. The young guys calling the play-by-play. Really good job with the journalism here and the broadcasting that they do at Niskayuna. A lot of high schools do a little TV or a TV show or a news and views in the morning. These guys get a lot of valuable experience at a very young age. That's only going to help their career and ignite them to pursue a career in journalism and broadcasting. Great to see.
And this is an underrated gym, is Niskayuna. What I mean by that, this is a really cool venue. Always pretty loud in here, and shooters will know what this means. This is a shooter's gym. When the ball hits off the rim, watch the give that the rims have. Shooters love shooting the basketball in this gym.
CBA with the ball up by 5, 4:50 to go here, second quarter. Roger Weiland, Steve Scambolori. Nice to have you with us. Cofield up and under. Beautiful move by Pop. He doesn't score a lot, but boy, picks and chooses when he wants to attack the glass. That's his game. Get to the rim. And it's a 7-point lead again. Their biggest, matching their biggest of the game. And that's Evan Birmingham off the bench, Coach Scambolori. He's a 6'5", 8th grader in this game.
He played good minutes for them against Colony the other night. But one of the things, what you can't do is you just cannot be weak with the basketball against this CBA team. You've got to play with force and power like your life depends upon it. Because if you don't, they're just going to poke it away from you, and they're going to keep you out off rhythm, and they're not going to let you get comfortable. You've got to play with power.
DiCaprio into Olson. Coach Cancer wants an over and back call there, didn't get it. And Olson with the dribble. Austin guarding him, and too many dribbles. He turned it over. And here comes Austin. Nice bounce layup by Polydor, no good. Birmingham gets the rebound up to Olson. McDonald, DiCaprio, inside Birmingham. The 8th grader with a big bucket in a 5-point game at a timeout.
And I think what Mike Ross is going to talk to his team about in this 30-second timeout is, hey, look, you can't play with the ball. Niskayuna is just playing with the ball too much, trying to get too cute between the legs, around the back. Can't do that against teams that really, really pressure the basketball. It's got to be north to south, 2 feet in the paint.
And just a reminder that following this game, you can join News Channel 13 live at 9 for a closer look right here on My4. And nightly newscast diving deeper into the stories that shape the Capital Region. Stay in the know with live coverage of breaking news, plus local interviews and stories that matter to you. Tune in to Live at 9 on My4 for a closer look at the Capital Region.
If you take a look at that scoreboard, CBA has 4 team fouls. So if I'm Niskayuna, I'm really trying to force the envelope here and force some action off the bounce, because I get one more foul, I get to the free throw line for the remaining minutes of the quarter.
CBA with the ball out of the timeout. 3-point shot, no good by Austin Osinski. Rebound, Olson. Hands it off to McDonald. McDonald with the drive. Left-handed shot is good. And it's a 3-point game.
That's a great move. We were just talking about that. Take the handoff, head down, downhill, finish strong. 3-point game.
Hewlett to Polydor. 3:18 to go in the second. Austin Osinski. A runner with the right hand, no good. We're going to have a whistle and a foul. And this is going to go against Birmingham.
And if you're going to play that 3-2 matchup or that 3-2 zone, whatever you want to call it, all 5 guys have to be comfortable playing all 5 positions, which if you can get that, that's such a massive strength. That makes that defense even more challenging to navigate.
Osinski comes in, Austin averaging 13 points, 8 rebounds per game. He and his brother JJ, the top scorers. And here is the sophomore getting in the lane with the right hand, drawing contact and the foul on Birmingham. One more shot for Austin, who shoots it pretty good from three-point range, doesn't he, Coach?
He does, 41% from three, but to Niskayuna's credit, CBA has not shot the ball well yet. And I'm trying to think of a jump shot that they've made, and I'm struggling to remember one. Getting a lot of their points off turnovers and layups.
21-17, late stages of the second quarter. Olsen, McDonald to Birmingham. Now they swing it over to DiCaprio. And Olsen, they're not letting him get in the lane. McDonald for three. No good. Tip in on the follow is good by Brady Olsen. And it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, CBA just lost him inside. They got lost in the sauce a little bit. The one guy you don't want to lose on the offensive glass is obviously Brady Olsen.
21-19. Biggest lead, 7. Down to 2. Vogel. Austin for 3. And there's that, what do you say, 41%? He buries that 3 and back to a 5-point game.
Yeah, that time he got both feet set, was able to rise up in rhythm. He's a good 3-point shooter.
Trying to answer at the other end, Brady Olsen. And he can't with a drive in the lane. And here comes Vogel. And there goes Austin again. That one is short. Rebound McDonald.
And that's just a shot that, I guess if you're CBA, you could get that at any time.
DiCaprio spins. Beautiful move by DiCaprio. Can't get it to go. Staten with the miss. Rebound DiCaprio out of bounds to CBA. Well, they had their looks there and couldn't make it.
And if you're keeping track at home, this will drive you nuts when you watch the film or even during the game. Niskayuna's missed 3 layups.
Yeah.
Right, so far this game. And, you do the math. I mean, they make 3 layups that they're winning right now.
Timeout here with 1:43 to go. CBA calls this timeout. 1:43 to go in a 5-point game.
And one of the other things that what happens to you offensively if you're playing against a team that's really, really in you is that you speed yourself up. So even shots like that, Pump Staten missing a layup, he just shot it so quickly. Real DiCaprio missing a layup, he just shot it so fast. And that's part of what happens when you're playing against teams that are really, really good pressuring the basketball. Great teams figure out how to break their pressure, break it down, take a deep breath, and shoot shots that they're comfortable with.
This is our final game of the season, and what a great crew we have had helping us this year. And Paul Keener and Tina Keener and Tony Fernari, and we'll get the rest of them throughout the course of our broadcast. Can't thank them all enough. All headed up by Artie Hunsinger. 1:35 to go. This is Austin Osinski with the drive. No good. Pome Staten with the rebound. It's a 5-point game. McDonald for 3. It's good. Jake McDonald with his second 3 of this first half and back to a 2-point game with 1:15 to go.
Yeah, poor transition defense. Left guy that's been knocking down shots just wide open. Nobody picked up McDonald.
JJ with a drive and an answer. At the other end, JJ Osinski. Boy, he was determined to get into the lane, and he did. And it's an and-one opportunity.
A very few times today so far has CBA been able to get from the 3-point line all the way under the basket. That was one of those times. And, you get 2 feet in the paint if you're J.J. Osinski. I mean, you're either going to foul him or he's going to score. And a lot of times it's going to be both, just like that time.
26-22. J.J., a News Channel 13 All-Star, number 4 overall pick this year at the line. Makes it a 27-22 game.
He's also a 76%, free throw shooter. So if he gets to that free throw line, there's a great chance he's making both.
Biggest lead has been 5. Niski's had it down to 2. It's a 5-point game right now. Biggest lead was 7. Now it's at 5. DiCaprio, Olsen. Eula doing a good job on Olsen. Vogel guarding DiCaprio. Nice spin move by DiCaprio, but he can't finish. And Vogel gets the rebound, up with it with 30 seconds to go. Lost the handle, but Polydor has it on the right wing, and out of J.J. Osinski. Thought about the 3. And they're going to play this right down. And they can pretty much to the final second. as Coach Cancer said, work the clock here. Let's not jack one up. Polydor with the dribble out front. And now J.J. Oskinski with 10 seconds to go, and the block out front by DiCaprio. Homestatten with it up ahead. DiCaprio layup is good. Boy, what a defensive sequence that was to end the first half. And momentum on the side of Niskayuna as they're down by 3, 27-24.
Yeah, great deflection. I was going to say, great decision by CBA trying to hold for the last one, but nothing good happening there offensively. Deflection leads to a layup, and you close the half if you're Niskayuna on a great note.
Yeah, Bossy, what did you see here in this first half defensively, which you knew Niskay was going to have to defend at a high level? Did they in the first half?
I thought they did when the game was 5 against 5, so I'm okay with them defensively. Offensively, they got to slow down. They got to stop playing with the basketball. And third, fourth, and fifth, you just got to make your layups.
All right, we'll talk to head coach Mike Grasso. And Mike, a terrific defensive play here to end the first half to get you to within 3. Were you happy with your first half play?
Yeah, I thought we played very hard. Obviously, contested a lot of shots. We fouled a little bit too much there, Roger. Gave them too many easy buckets, too many free throws. They had, I think, 8 in transition, which is double what they should have had in the game. So we'll clean that up, and then hopefully we can keep this level, this energy in the second half.
Mike, I think you have to feel good. You've missed 4 layups. But when the game is 5-on-5 defensively, you guys are doing a pretty good job disrupting CBA. So I think going into halftime, you got to feel okay, correct?
I feel a lot better if we made those 4 layups, Scam. But, no, I'm good with where we're at right now. I think our group is very tough, resilient, so we just have to maintain our energy level and keep playing like this the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Mike Grasso in a 3-point game, but a big defensive sequence to end, and some momentum certainly going in the way of Niskayuna here, down 27-24. And here's that final sequence. The block out front by DiCaprio, and then he runs the floor, gets it right back in the layup, pretty much coming at the buzzer to end the first half, 27-24 in favor of CBA. We'll come back. I'll be rejoined by Steve Scambolori. We'll talk to our halftime guest, somebody who's been at Niskayuna for 56 years. Long time.
That's a long time.
You're going to meet him coming up on our halftime show in a 3-point game on My4. Yep, right here. And we are back here at halftime at Niskayuna, where CBA has a 27-24 lead. I am going to be joined here by, I'll call him a young man because he's still young, Vincent Bianchi. 56 years he's been at Niskayuna, and he joins us here as our halftime guest. And I'll call you coach because you coached it all, baseball, football, basketball, but you were the varsity coach from 87 through 1996. Pleasure to see you. Yeah, pleasure. And let's talk about what you saw as a coach here in this first half.
Extremely hard, very good defense on both sides, causing some turnovers. But I really think that it's going to be an exciting second half.
Yeah.
We got to make a few more layups in there. But I think they're both putting everything out on the floor.
Vince, I want to take you back, though. You were part of the state championship team here, which you told me about back in 1978. What do you remember about that year?
That was a terrific year. In fact, in the fans we got in the stands tonight, we have Dan Terwilliger, one of our stars in that particular game. I was the assistant coach under the legendary Tom Howley at the time. And we ended up beating Janesville DeWitt 75-55 in Rochester. It was a terrific experience for us.
Yeah, you were a big part of that. You were the freshman coach that
I was
year.
the freshman coach at the time. I spent the 15 years coaching under Howley. That's right. Got my coaching skills, and I was a JV coach for a while and then varsity coach.
And you've coached baseball, you've coached football, you've coached basketball here. And right now you are the student activities coordinator.
Yeah.
Describe what that role is right now.
Essentially, I help the administration, but most of all, I do meet with the seniors for the most part, checking out what they're thinking about for their following year, and see if I can pair them up with some scholarships and things of that nature. I also coordinate graduation ceremonies and all that good stuff. So it's a great thing for me. 56 years, it's been a blessing.
Well, you look great, and when we talk about the legends at Niskayuna, your name certainly comes up.
I appreciate
Vince Bianchi, and you went to Linton, right?
Linton High School, played for Walt Frisbee.
And then to Niskay.
And then to Niskay.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history. I was blessed to be here for all of my career.
Well, 1987 through 1996 as the head coach, but baseball, football, basketball, did you have a preference on which one you liked the most?
Yeah, basketball, of
you're
course.
You're a hoop guy.
Yeah, I was the head coach when we opened this gym. I was the guy who founded the youth program that these little kids are playing with right now. So I'm proud of this,
That's good to see you.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much. Appreciate you joining us. Halftime, CBA on top. 27-24. I'll be rejoined by Steve Scambolori when we come back on My4. Hey, thank you. And we're back at Niskayuna. CBA at halftime leading Niskayuna 27-24. Steve Scambolori back with me here. And again, we talk about the top players, and it's not the top scorers aren't the top scorers here at halftime. What do you make of that?
I think that's a good sign for both teams. And look, at coaches at every level, we overanalyze everything. And sometimes the game is just very simple. And I think for both coaches at halftime,
Yeah.
the game is simple. Look, if I'm Niskayuna, fellas, make your layups. Let's play 5 against 5. Stop turning the ball over. And if I'm CBA, don't let that zone set up. Let's rebound and let's run the floor and get layups.
Yeah, Austin Osinski leading CBA in double digits with 10. And we said, who's going to make shots outside of Brady Olson? And it was Jake McDonald making a couple of threes in that first half. He leads them in scoring with 8 points.
I think you got McDonald's playing well, DiCaprio's playing well, and obviously you have Olson playing well. That's what you needed if you're Niskayuna. You couldn't just be Brady Olson trying to score 40. Right. You needed these other guys to play. And look at a little bit. This is dangerous now if you're CBA because now you got McDonald, Olson, and you got DiCaprio playing with confidence. If Staten can start to score a little bit in the second half, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Here are some first half highlights, Steve. And there is McDonald, number 12, knocking down the 3. And he's made a couple of them. That's a nice feed inside the Hewlett on a baseline drive by J.J. Osinski. There's DiCaprio with a good move. He played well in the first half. And they can attack you, though. And then that's a great feed to set up Cofield and then Pop with the drive and a nice block. But look at the follow by Austin Osinski, just running the floor extremely well there.
And the scary part if you're CBA, right, if you're playing against CBA, is they have not shot the ball well at all. They're doing a nice job of breaking that zone down off the bounce late in the clock, but they haven't shot the ball well yet, and they're up 3 points.
Yeah. All right, Osinski, we'll see what he can do. Austin from three-point range at 41%. And if you're Niski, stay defense the same way, right? Don't make any changes.
But it's got to be 5 against 5. I don't want to get caught in a track meet with CBA.
Yeah. We'll come back. The second half coming up on our Section 2 high school boys basketball game of the week here on My4 with CBA leading Niskayuna 27-24. And we are back on My4, Section 2 high school boys basketball game of the week, our final one of the season. And what a great crew we have had throughout. I'd like to thank Tony Bernari and Dylan Dunn and Ken Rader and Christian Keener and Ed Chan, Marcus Hunsinger, Artie Smallwood, who did a game for us earlier in the year, and, of course, a great job by Art Hunsinger and Capital Region Digital, our production company, all season long here. And let's end it on a great second half, my friend. It's a 3-point game, 27-24, and we've had competitive games throughout the course of our 8-game schedule. And I think we're going to be in store for a good finish here in the second half at Niskayuna tonight.
It's been a great first half, and if you're Niskayuna, hey, look, let's get off to a good start here to start the third quarter. I'm sure CBA wants to do the same, but Let's see if Polmstadt can get things cooking a little bit for himself inside. If he can score a couple of buckets, I just feel that's going to open things up for everybody else.
Let's see what Mike Grasso draws up here out of the locker room for his first play. They're trying to post up Brady Olson, and they do. And Olson, good defense by Austin. 3-point shot, no good by DiCaprio. They were trying to post up Olson there and didn't get the look that he wanted. Good defense by Austin Osinski. JJ with the drive, and the layup is good. And the first bucket of the second half goes to the brothers and JJ Osinski, and a 5-point lead.
I didn't think he had anywhere to go. I'm surprised he got through that. There were two guys there. One of them was Polmstadt, and he just kind of sliced between them. Easy to.
DiCaprio to McDonald. Back to Olson for three. Too strong, Vogel. JT Vogel gets the rebound. Up ahead to Austin. Osinski, cross-court pass to Hewlett. The drive and a block by Staton. That's good help defense right there. Coming on the baseline to swat that one away.
And he came over quick. I mean, it looked like that was going to be another uncontested layup for CBA. Good, strong drive by Hewlett. Great help and recovery by Pohm.
Cofield throws it in to Vogel. 6'3" junior guard. One of the several members of the football team for Bobby Burns on the court. Austin Osinski with the drive. Can't finish. Pretty good defense there by Niskey. And Olson loses it. Harrow on the floor after it. Olson gets it back, and we're going to have a foul on Austin Osinski after all of that.
And that's one of those plays that it's not going to matter tonight, but it's one of those plays you don't want to foul that far away from your basket. You can bother the basketball, maybe take a swipe at it, but when it's clear that the other team has it, you just want to get back and set your defense. Don't pick up a cheap one.
29-24, 5-point game. And we got a whistle away from the ball here. And it's going to be on Pop Cofield with a hold, I believe, on Jake McDonald.
I like that first post-up. Excuse me, Raj. I like that first post-up on that Brady Olson look, but he did something really cool. He inside pivot and face the basket. If you're a post player, you got to have that in your bag. You can't just be your back to the basket. You got to be able to inside pivot and face up.
DiCaprio to Harrow for three. A little strong off the back of the iron, and the rebound goes to Vogel. Up to Hewlett. Over to Pop. Cofield with the drive. Back to Hewlett. Right back to Cofield on the baseline. And he'll bring it out front for Vogel to set the offense. Same defense by Niskey. Cofield with a drive, and in and out, no good. Olson gets the rebound. And he'll push. Going straight to the rim, attacking the glass, and a foul on Osinski, and that'll be two shots. So back-to-back fouls on Osinski. We'll check into how many fouls Osinski has. I think they're going to the bench, and that might be three.
And Olson and Osinski both have this similarity to their game. They can rebound the ball, push it themselves, and when they both get a running start, I mean, there's not too many people around here that are going to get in their way and either block their shot or stop them from getting to the basket. He's just too strong.
Yep, nice take. Missed the front end of the two-shot foul as Pop comes out and Hewlett comes out. Bowden is checked in underneath the hoop there, 33. And Brant Cadet, as Olson misses both. Cadet is a 6'2" senior.
And you don't expect that when Brady gets to the free throw line. You don't expect him to miss both.
It was a physical, tough game. Taking a lot out of Brady Olson for sure. Osinski misses from three. Rebound goes off of CBA. It'll be Niskey ball.
I think Coach Cancer just trying to look for some different combinations, right? I don't know if Cofield's going to shoot the basketball from three. It doesn't look like Hewlett's very comfortable shooting the basketball from three. He might try to throw some different personnel to kind of extend their offense out a little bit.
Because we didn't see a lot of number 11 against Shaker a couple of weeks ago. And is that going to be a foul on Brant? Number 11? Yeah, a foul is on Cadet. Yeah, I don't think he got into the game. It wasn't much playing time, but here he is in a big spot tonight off the bench.
And that's a tough spot. you come into the game, you've been sitting for 2 quarters, and your first transition down the floor, you get one of the best players in the area just going right at you.
News Channel 13 All-Star Brady Olson. Looks like he's a little tired, a little winded.
Well, that's the thing. When you look at Niskayuna, they do not have a lot of depth. I mean, against Colony the other night, Mike Grosso didn't sub until 5:44 left in the second quarter. So they don't have a lot of depth, which means their top 5 guys have to play major minutes.
1 of 2 from Olson, and a 4-point CBA lead as Vogel brings it across to Brandt. Now they're swinging around the perimeter, and Vogel has it, drops one down inside to Brandt, almost lost control. Now it is stolen by DiCaprio and up to Olson. Olson drives in, up for a shot, no good, and it's going to go off of Brady Olson. That's just kind of a hard drive and a tough play to make when you look at what he was trying to do there.
Yeah, the last one I was okay with. Obviously, he got fouled. But that one, if you don't have anything right away, you got to take a breath, pull it out, run your stuff, get other people involved.
And we got a technical foul here. Coach Scambolari, I think it's going to be on Brady Olson.
And that's tough because, now it's CBA up for 2 shots. You have an 80% free throw shooter at the line, or close to 80%, J.J. Ozinski, and you get the ball. So when you talk about potential momentum swings, this is set up for a big momentum shift here in favor of CBA.
One more for JJ. Got them both and the ball out on the technical foul. And I don't think that was against Mike Grasso. I think that's against Brady Olson.
You just kind of have to regather yourself. I'm sure Brady feels like, hey, nobody else is scoring. I got to get this done a little bit more on my own. And it's okay that he's selfish because he needs to be a little selfish. He's the best player on his team, but you got other guys making shots, and when you get touches on the basketball, we're getting better looks.
6-point game. JJ spins up for a shot, count the bucket, and one on the move by JJ Osinski.
And he came left that time and then spun back to his strong hand, his right side. He gets you on his shoulder. That's very difficult to defend, and that's a big basket. So now you got the 2 free throws plus the basket, maybe get 3 here. That's a pretty big shift in momentum in the last 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's their biggest lead of the game. They're up by 9 now. Biggest lead in the first half was 7 now on the 3-point play by J.J. Osinski. And that's coming off the technical foul and the 2 shots and the ball out. And you're right, Coach, that was a big swing. And Olson to McDonald. DiCaprio. Good defense by Cofield, and now Olson has it. Shot clock at 10. DiCaprio falls down on the drive. No whistle. Turnover. Layup good at the other end, and a double-digit lead off the turnover and a timeout by Mike Grasso.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice. He's got to call that one. I just don't think, if I'm Niskayuna, it's obviously easy for me to say I'm sitting here, I'm not coaching or playing, but you just don't want to get this thing extended too far away from you. I just don't know if Niskayuna has the firepower offensively to overcome a 15 or 20-point deficit here.
No, because you can't just, you're going to need, again, in the first half, they had, McDonald making a couple of threes. Now it seems like, Olson's trying to take over a little bit offensively, but he's going to have to trust his teammates to make some shots here in this second half because they're doing a good job on Olson. And there is the turnover. And at the other end, off the DiCaprio turnover, you've got Austin Osinski with the lay-in.
And one of the things that nobody talks about this in basketball circles, but one of the skills that CBA is exceptional at is, we'll call it, they beat the move better than anybody. They are on top of your first movement as an offensive player. They beat you to the spot. They anticipate what spot you're going to. That's called beating the move. And they do a really good job at that. It's clearly something that they drill. It speaks to the strength of their scouting report, that players understand offensive tendencies. And that's also called knowing your personnel. You got to know who you're guarding, know their strengths and weaknesses, know which way they like to go. They beat the move really, really good.
And J.J. Osinski now has 15 points in the game.
You hate to say it's been a quiet 15, but it's kind of been a quiet 15.
Quiet 15. But asserting himself here a little bit more in this third quarter. Starting to take over a little bit. Staton to Harrow. Bounce it into Olsen. He is fouled from behind by Vogel. And that is the fifth team foul on CBA. That's going to be a two-shot opportunity. And Brady Olsen right back to the foul line.
Well, they got to make some free throws here. In this 4 minutes, they've got to take advantage of being in the bonus. I mean, now you're really head down, get to the paint, try and finish, play north to south. If you're Mike Grasso or any coach in this position, you're going to be begging the officials to keep an eye on hand checks, right? Pushes, shoves, physical play, because you want to get to that free throw line. One of the best ways to break a run or break momentum, get the game stopped, get to the free throw line, make some free throws.
Second shot by Olsen is good. He's got both. 36-27. And Niskay needs to stop. Polydor has checked it in the backcourt along with Pop Cofield. Pop, number 24, with the ball. A little crossover, then a spin layup. Good. Beautiful move by Pop. And back up by 11.
And what Niskayuna is struggling with, and it's been an all-night struggle, is just controlling the basketball. I mean, CBA just putting their head down and they're getting by guys kind of at will. That's not a now thing. That's been going on all night.
McDonald guarded by Polydor, and now Olsen has it. Olsen going in on JJ and went up, and it was stripped. Olsen has the ball stripped away, and here comes Osinski. JJ right to the rim. Doesn't get that one to go. And at the other end, a dunk by Olsen.
Well, both interesting plays there. That time Olsen looked like he lost it and then dunked it, but then kind of pulled the rim down a little bit more. I'm surprised that wasn't a call. And I thought down here on the other end, JJ just trying to force a little bit too much. The referee's not going to bail him out on that.
And a near turnover. Mike Grasso's like, nah, that wasn't a foul, but they call a hold on Brady Olsen as he goes for the strip of the ball. Team foul number 3 on Niskayuna. You get the 5 and you shoot 2 shots in high school basketball. Cofield lobs it into Vogel. 2:41 to go here in the third. Vogel's going to put up a contested 3. Too strong, and then Bowden. I think the ball actually went up off the top of the backboard.
Thought it hit the shot clock on that one.
And it might have been a shot clock too.
Automatic dead ball. That's not a great shot if you're CBA, but again, we talked about it. If you're Niskayuna, you're okay with that shot. Make a couple in a row before we come out and guard you. All right,
so where's the offense coming from now here from Niskayuna in the second half? Outside of Olsen, and foul is called on CBA. And it looked like Homestatten might be ready to turn that ball over. They're going to get Pop on the foul.
And they've done that a few times, has Niskayuna. It's going a little too fast. They lose their balance, and you always want to keep your balance as an offensive basketball player. You want to play at your speed. But again, easy for me to say sitting here, very tough to do when you're playing a team as physical as CBA.
And when you get to that 5 team fouls, you get to the line, and you got to make these shots here. Can help you get back in the game with still 2:26 to go in a third.
That's a tough call. I thought Pohm just kind of went down because, again, he was going a little bit too quick. But let's see what he does here. He missed 1. Brady missed 4 in a row.
Pohm rattles that one home. It's an 8-point game. They were down 11. Slice it to 8. It was a 3-point game. You're just joining us at halftime. Osinski a little strong from the corner. JJ, and the rebound goes off of Niskayuna to be CBA ball.
Now, I just don't know. There's certain guys on every team, on boys and girls, doesn't matter. I don't know how you lose certain people defensively. I have no idea how you lose J.J. Osinski. He's the one guy. If he goes to the water fountain and guard him, I'm going with him.
He's the one guy you just can't lose. They almost turn it over on the out of bounds. They get it to Osinski, and he is fouled by Pohm Staton.
I mean, that time he just looked like a running back just hitting the A-gap. I mean, just head down, and it's like as a defender, what are you supposed to do? If you go straight up, you feel like he's just going to overtake you because he's so much stronger than you. We talked about it. He puts defenders and he puts officials in positions where they really have to pay attention, and they put you in uncomfortable spots because what do you do? I mean, as an official, that's a foul. You have to call it.
CBA 16-0 for a reason, Steve Scandalari.
It's just interesting to see, obviously, some of the best teams around and what their strengths are. And even when they're not playing well, they can crank it up pretty quickly. And I mean, CBA just continues to just come at you and come at you. I would not obviously want to play them in the playoffs, but you know what? We were talking off the air. There's this team called Green Tech that nobody's talking about in AAA, which is also, they're playing well too.
Head coach by former UAlbany head coach Will Brown, who is an outstanding coach. I'm not surprised. Birmingham is checked in, the 8th grader at 6'5". Stewart drives in, gets second effort off the miss, and scores. Good second effort by Staten to make it an 8-point game with 1:38 to go here in the third.
A smart play by Jack Hewlett, not picking up a cheap foul on an and one. I mean, Pohm had his position. Take the 2, take it out, let's play offense.
Osinski with a drive, and he's taken over here in this third quarter, partner. That's 19 now for J.J. Osinski, and a bunch here in the third.
You're not happy if you're Mike Rosso. There's no way he should get from that 3-point line all the way under the basket without some sort of help coming over.
Back to a 10-point game. Reach-in foul on Polydor, and that will get the Niskayuna back to the foul line. It's going to get Brady Olson back to the line.
And it's one of those players, I mean, obviously for CBA, if you're J.J. Osinski and Austin Osinski, but when you're playing defense against them, every touch that they have, you've got to be aware of where they are and when they have the basketball, because they're just so good offensively. And you got to rotate your help to that side so you can anticipate them getting to the rim. And that time there was no anticipation and no help, obviously, and Brady continues to struggle from the free throw line.
Yeah. He'll have one more here. Try to get it to a 9-point game. And does. And Harrow is coming back in. Birmingham goes out. Final 109 of the third quarter.
And McDonald and DiCaprio both been quiet this quarter for Niskayuna.
Polydor and Cofield in the backcourt. Under a minute to go. Give Cofield some room, but he likes to get downhill, and he does, and then just sets up J.J. Osinski beautifully. And now Osinski, I believe, goes over 20 points here in this basketball game, and it back to up to an 11-point game, matches their highest of the game. And the answer from Olsen.
So they just got to stack some stops if you're Niskayuna. We say it every week, but you just got to string together 2, 3, 4 stops in a row. That last time, great find by Cofield and a great cut off the ball by J.J. Osinski.
Final 15 seconds. Polydor, 10 to shoot. Osinski up for a shot on the baseline, no good. Rebound out to Harrow, and he is called for a travel. It's a good hustle play by Josh Harrow, but he gets called for the travel once he went down on the floor. And so CBA will get it with 1.4 remaining in a 9-point game.
And that time the help was better by Staten, but just still a little bit too delayed for my liking.
Jack Hewlett gets it in at the buzzer. No good by Austin Osinski, who had a pretty good look, and we are through 3 quarters of play, and it's CBA leading Niskayuna 44-35 on My4. And the start of the fourth quarter here at Niskayuna. And it is CBA 44-35 and a big third quarter by J.J. Osinski, who has 13. He has 18 points. Did not go over 20 yet. 18 in this game. He had 13 of those in the third quarter.
And you wonder if somebody at halftime said something to him, whether it was Joel Cancer, maybe his teammates, or maybe it was just JJ saying, you know what, enough's enough. I got to kind of put my stamp on this game, and he certainly did that in the third.
And CBA gets the ball to open the fourth, up by 9. Their biggest lead of the game is 11. Bowden hands it off to Vogel. And to Austin Osinski, and he slices through and scores.
So that time, Mike Grosso changed his defense. You got Brady Olson, full-face denial on J.J. Osinski, no help responsibilities, and who takes advantage of it? Austin does.
Yeah, 13-point lead, and McDonald, that's his third three, and that's what they're going to need to get back into this game.
That's a huge shot and a great set coming out there by Mike Grosso. Great big shot there by McDonald. Again, stacked some stops. They haven't been able to stack many stops here in the second half.
Vogel spins out to Austin for three. That one's off the front of the iron, and the rebound goes off of CBA. They say Niskayuna basketball.
So we'll see if Niski stays in that. But I like the move. I thought he might have done it sooner in the game. Just full face denial, and if you're doing that, you have no help responsibility. Your only responsibility is J.J. Osinski.
Yeah. I think now you got to maybe run some ball screens for McDonald and see if you can get him a look. Instead, they turn it over on the double team, but Austin misses the reverse layup. It goes out of bounds off of McDonald, who's pleading his case, and CBA gets it back.
Yeah, they turned the ball over just too many times tonight, and they're still in the game. But when they look back, win or lose, they're going to say, we got to take better care of the basketball. And they're just getting too cute. They're just taking one too many dribbles. They're not keeping the game simple.
Pop with the dribble. Cofield, quick pass. Osinski for three off the side of the iron. No good. JJ tries to get the rebound. It goes off of Osinski, and it'll be Niskayuna ball. So what I was saying is they're double teaming Olsen a lot. Like, that's the guy they think is going to try and take over offensively, and a guy like McDonald knocking down threes here, maybe get you back into this thing a little bit.
And I think it'd be more beneficial for Niskayuna that, Brady gives it up and then gets it back.
And a block by Bowden. He blocked the shot of Brady Olson. And Cofield comes out with it to Vogel. Vogel on the drive, and a foul on Homestatten.
That's just a smart play by JT Vogel. I would say a veteran play. You see that a lot. Veteran guys who just understand how to deal and draw contact. And that time, Statton's hand was just caught in there. Vogel felt it, just exploded through the contact, drew a foul, easy call by the official.
JT Vogel at the line shooting two. And back to a 9-point game. Lead got up to 13 before McDonald buried another three. Jake has shot the ball well from the perimeter.
So let's see if Niskayuna can get going here a little bit offensively by just getting more touches on the ball, starting their offense a little bit quicker.
1 of 2 by JT. Rebound Niski. Vogel guarding Olsen to McDonald, DiCaprio. Brady Olsen on the baseline, double teamed, has the ball stolen. Off of the double team, and out with it comes J.J. Osinski, and the layup is good off the Niski turnover.
Yeah, just a lot of pokeaways. They're just getting their hands on a lot of loose balls. This game has not been really strong with the ball tonight.
Back up to an 11-point game with the 5:33 to go. McDonald has been providing the offense. That three is also good. Hey, when you're feeling it, right, you get a nice kind roll high off the rim. It comes down and goes through. And it's an 8-point game and a timeout with 5:26 to go.
And that's 2 times that they've ran the exact same play where McDonald comes out and we call it a ghost screen, where he gets his feet set like he's going to set it, and then he just kind of darts out to the wing, and CBA gets mashed up there, and he's got no for 2-3, same spot, same result.
And we hope you're enjoying NBC and News Channel 13's coverage of the Olympic Games from Milan Cortina, the 2026 Winter Olympic Games. And you can follow along right now through February the 22nd with the world's best athletes as they go for gold in beautiful Italy. Great opening ceremonies last week, and we'll take you right through to the final. Gold medal. News Channel 13 is your ticket to the Winter Olympics.
The McDonald with 14 points. And if you told me he was going to have 14 before the game started, I think everybody on Niskayuna side would have felt great.
He came in averaging 10 points a game, so he's gone above his average, and I think that's his 4th 3 of the game.
And so we'll see here. You don't need to do anything crazy if you're Niskayuna. There's still enough possessions left, a lot of time left. But one of the things that you're just not doing, and you're talking about it in this timeout, you're saying, guys, we've got to be stronger with the basketball, and we've got to control the ball defensively. We can't just let people just drive by us.
So a 13-point lead cut down to 8. 5:20 to go. CBA ball out of the timeout. Hewlett to Vogel. To Polydor. Drive and kick, and the 3. That's a big 3 by Vogel on the drive and kick, and he buried it in the corner.
And if he's making that shot, I mean, I know they're 16-0 for a reason because they're good, but he just makes them that much tougher if he can make that shot consistently.
And a foul at the other end on CBA. It's going to put Brady Olson back to the line. And that's what, good teams do. They get shots and points from other players, and that was a big 3 by Vogel and a big drive and kick by Polydor.
Danny DiCaprio, he's been quiet in the second half, which if you look back and Niskayuna winds up losing the game, you're going to say, oh, man, if he could have gotten some baskets in the second half, maybe have a better chance to win. But Brady just does a good job of just like J.J. Ozinski, just drawing contact, putting pressure on you as a defender.
And now Olson is settled in from the foul line. Back to a 9-point game.
I'm going to go ahead and call this a boxing one, Roger. You got 4 guys playing a box. It's moving, though, which is kind of cute. And then you got Brady Olson just saying, I'm playing man-to-man against J.J. Ozinski.
Yeah, he's face guarding J.J. Ozinski. Here's Polydor. McDonald guarding him, and Polydor's going to launch a 3. No good. DiCaprio goes high for the rebound, and he is fouled by Bowden. Only the second team foul.
And when you're playing that kind of defense, now a lot of coaches will call that junk defense. I think it's great defense. I love mixing it up and giving teams different looks, but the 4 guys that are in the box really got to keep their head on a swivel and talk to each other and understand that sometimes that box is not going to look like a box because it's going to have to shift and rotate and move.
Does Niskay have a run in them here in the fourth quarter to make things interesting down the stretch? DiCaprio for 3, no good. Tipped and kept alive. And McDonald thought about it. DiCaprio is going to shoot it, and it. DiCaprio 3, and it's 52-46.
And I love that. All confidence all the time if you're Will DiCaprio. Miss one, get it right back, shoot it again.
Hewlett with a drive and a foul, and he'll get to the line. Jack Hewlett attacking the glass. The 6-foot sophomore. Tough, hard-nosed football player, and he's not afraid to get tough in the lane, and he did there and earns himself a couple of foul shots.
And they just haven't, them being CBA, they just haven't allowed Niskayuna to go on a run. I mean, this place can get loud, and it can get loud quickly. And you saw that a little bit here on that last DiCaprio 3. You saw it a tiny bit with the McDonald 3 a couple possessions ago. But this place has not been able to just kind of get going. Because every time Niskayuna has an answer or starts to make a couple of baskets, CBA just comes right back with their own run.
Well, a 13-point lead cut to 6. And Hewlett makes 1 out of 2. And Olson will cross midcourt with Austin Osinski guarding him.
See the ghost again. No, that time tried to do it, but they switched out pretty good.
Olson to DiCaprio. Jake McDonald wants the ball. He's feeling it, shoots the three, and hits again. That's why he wants the ball, Jake McDonald. Give me the rock. And he buries it, and now 53-49. Look at a 4-point game.
Back-to-back threes. I think they're one stop and score away from this getting really, really interesting.
And there's still 3:14 to go. Hewlett, as an answer, misses on the drive with the right hand. Staton gets the rebound and gets it back. And now to McDonald again. McDonald with a drive and a runner in the lane. It's good. Jake McDonald having himself a game, and it's a 2-point game with 2:54 to go, 53-51.
Curious to see what Jalal Cancer does here. He's letting his team play. See if they play through this run, which is another big step for a team trying to win championships. Got to be able to play through runs.
Cofield with the ball, and Coach Cancer wants a timeout here with 2:40 to go, and is getting loud in here now, Steve Scambolori. And it's 53-51, a 13-point lead is down to 2.
So if I'm CBA, this is good for us. This is good for me as a coach. This is good for us as a team. Going to see if we can weather the storm here on the road against the team that's now making a run, right? The gym is upbeat, a lot of energy. Niskayuna's feeling good. I think if you're CBA, this possession, you need something good. You need something solid with one of your better players. Everything's got to be strong and powerful. If you're Niskayuna, same exact thing. You got to get a stop, run the floor, take a deep breath, and you can't back up now. Now it's got to be pedal to the metal. Everything's got to be strong.
And you saw the full-screen graphic there promoting Big Board Sports on News Channel 13. Live at 11, myself, my colleague Jack Keys. And busy time of the year for Big Board Sports with the high school basketball playoffs getting ready to roll here. And what a finish in store here. Final 238-19, by the way, for McDonald. Backdoor cut. Layup is good. Well-designed play by Coach Cancer out of that timeout. Back up to a 4-point game. That beat backdoor.
Just a simple backdoor cut. And again, no help on that backside.
McDonald, Osinski on him. Olsen hasn't taken really many threes tonight, but he's done a lot of that. A drive into the lane and follows his own miss. Can't get it to go. Back up again, and he's fouled by J.J. Osinski. And Brady Olsen back to the line. 2:11 to go.
You see his lower body strength there because he missed it, but he was also the first one to go up and get his miss. He just anticipates well, and he gets off the floor so fast. Reminds me a lot of his dad, Jay Olsen. I was talking to him earlier today before the game. Jay played at St. Rose. Brady has a lot of his dad's game.
And struggles from the line, though, tonight. Still a 4-point game, 55-51, and enough time, certainly, 2:11 to go.
And you do worry about fatigue. I mean, he's gone the whole game.
No doubt.
But at the same time, 2 minutes to go as a player, you don't really feel the fatigue right now.
Makes one of two, does Brady Olsen. And it's 55-52, 2:06 to go in regulation. We've already had 2 overtime games. One of them was CBA and Shaker. And the drive by Vogel. Cannot get it to go. Harrow came down with it. And the ball goes out of bounds off of CBA to be Niskayuna ball. And they can tie with a 3 here on this possession.
Yeah, and you can see what Jalal Cancer's doing there out of that timeout. 2 possessions in a row. They're trying to go at Brady in that box because they think that they can get something good. There's so much attention on J.J. Osinski.
DiCaprio to Pome. Pome Staton back to DiCaprio for 3 to tie. No good. Osinski, the rebound over Josh Harrow. And gets it to Vogel. And with 1:32 to go, CBA with the ball on a 3-point lead.
Yeah, I'm going to use the clock here. I'm going to use the clock. If I can get a bucket here, that's a big, big dagger.
Osinski looks in. Cofield misses underneath. Had a really good look and Pop couldn't convert. And another chance for Niskay. 1:10 to go and a timeout by Mike Grasso. With his team down by 3, 55-52.
Well, now everybody in the gym is going to think this is going to Brady Olsen, right? And rightfully so. I wonder if Mike Grasso gets something for one of his 3-point shooters, maybe surprise the CBA.
And when this game is over, you can join us for News Channel 13 live at 9, a closer look. That's the crew My colleagues coming up for you, diving deeper into the stories that shape the Capital Region. Stay in the know with live coverage of breaking news. Tune in live at 9 on My4 for a closer look at the Capital Region. Another good finish, partner. We've had a bunch of them this year as we come to you on our final game of our 8-game play-by-play series. We had 2 in the month of December. Came at you with 6 right after the first of the year, and we've had some outstanding finishes, and we're in for another one of the 3-point game. You don't need a 3 here, though. Down by 3, you don't need to draw up a 3-point play.
You don't need a 3, but whatever you're drawing up, it's probably going to have 2 options, right? And I would tell my team, hey, look, we don't need a 3, but if you get an opportunity and it's a good open look, don't hesitate. Shoot the ball.
You know what I'm doing? I'm drawing one up for Jake McDonald. You're darn right. The kid has got it going. He got 19 points in this game.
But you also don't want to force it. You don't want to force a shot up here. You need a good, solid possession. I'm fine with a 2 or a 3, but to your point, if McDonald or DiCaprio get their feet set and get a look, I'm letting it go.
Well, let's see what Coach Grasso does here. DiCaprio into Olsen. Olsen with a drive. Layup, no good. He missed the lay-in. That was the play out of the timeout, and it was a good look. And now a minute to go, and Vogel and CBA trying to put this away. 55-52. Cofield with a runner, and he's got it. Oh, he made up for the miss on the inside right there. Nice bucket by Pop. And it's a 5-point game and a foul by Osinski, but they've got fouls to give, so that's a good foul with 44 seconds to go.
That's a big basket, too, by Cofield. He does a lot of things for CBA. They go unnoticed. He just does so many things. He's under control. He's calm, cool, and collective. Big shots, big baskets. That was huge. That was a big basket.
That was after a tough miss that he had on the inside. Didn't let that bother him. Came down and did his thing. And now you're right, Coach Scambolori. Big shot there by Pop to make it 57-52. And there's 44 seconds to go, and Coach Cancer called the timeout.
Well, that basket just changes the whole dynamic of the game because now it's a 2-possession game. So if you're Niskayuna, your urgency is a little bit up because you got to go quick here. If you can get a quick basket, that would be the preference. So look for quick bucket, maybe another timeout, or maybe they're setting their pressure up now. Hey, look, if we score, this is the pressure that we want to get into because you're about to approach must-foul territory if you're Niskayuna, especially if you miss here and CBA gets a rebound or a stop.
Yeah, still 44 seconds to go, so it's a 2-possession game. If you're Mike Grasso in that huddle, you're certainly still in this thing. And there you can see Coach Cancer, who called that timeout, trying to get to 17-0 on the year. Number 6 ranking in New York State.
And they have one more foul to give, so they can be – got to be careful. I wouldn't want to foul and stop the clock and allow Niskayuna to score.
No, one more foul, and it's going to be a 2-shot opportunity. Olsen has it. DiCaprio, and they take it away from DiCaprio. That's a great defensive play by Pop Cofield. They turn up the defense, and then Vogel gets a timeout alertly. Or they're going to call a hold on McDonald. And now a timeout. I believe Cancer got the timeout there. They called a foul on McDonald.
That's back-to-back winning plays by Cofield. I mean, that time he hustled his tail off all over the top of that fade screen. And he just made life so uncomfortable. DiCaprio couldn't really get the catch comfortably. Great hands by Cofield. Just winning plays. Ones that often go unnoticed, but if you're going to win a championship, you need guys to make those types of plays. And if CBA walks out of here with a win, obviously it's been J.J. Osinski playing really well, taking over that third quarter. But don't underestimate just how important Amari Cofield is for his basketball team.
Yeah, no doubt. The bucket that he made, that was a huge bucket here, but then he comes up with the defensive play out of the timeout. And 57-52, a 5-point game with 35 seconds remaining.
Then on the Niskayuna side, you'll look back if you wind up losing, even if you wind up winning, it doesn't matter. Too many turnovers, too many missed layups, just too many opportunities given away. But you know what? CBA has a lot to do with that because of how they play defense.
So CBA ball. The foul was on McDonald. Vogel will inbound. Throws it into the backcourt. Harrow tries to come up with a steal. And he and J.J. Osinski with some exchange of words. And actually that is Bonaparte, who just came off the bench, the senior that went for the steal. And J.J. didn't like that. And aggressive play by Bonaparte, maybe too aggressive, and that rubbed J.J. the wrong way. And there was some exchange of words there. It will be CBA ball with 32 seconds to go. And obviously, Niskay applying the pressure. And a quick foul by Harrow. And that'll be 2 shots at the other end. That's a team foul number 5. And Austin Osinski will walk to the other end and shoot 2.
Oh, that's back-to-back really hard fouls by Niskayuna. We saw the one that, J.J. Osinski took offense to. And let's take a look at this other one here. Here's Austin Osinski on the catch. I mean, that's back-to-back tough ones. Your CBA, you want to have somebody here, gather everybody together, say, let's keep our wits here, take a deep breath, let's not get caught up. Let's finish this thing, make our free throws, and get out of here. Niskayuna, you're in score timeout mode or score foul mode. And what you don't want to do if you're CBA in any ways, you don't want to retaliate to Niskayuna's physicality.
Still a 2-possession game. It could be 3 here, and it is. As Austin Osinski steps up and makes 2 big foul shots. Now a 7-point game. And a tough spot here. McDonald for 3, in and out, no good. Olsen rebound, put back, no good. Scramble with a rebound, out of bounds to Niskayuna, but only 19 seconds to go in a 7-point game. And JJ at the other end here, limping around. And you see Mike Grasso calling his team over. I want to talk to the officials. So I want you to come and talk to me. And Coach Grasso very close to getting teed up, and they threw him out. Mike Grasso just got thrown out. You see J.J. Osinski limping around. They twisted an ankle.
Yeah, that's why I was watching J.J., and I wasn't watching the Niskayuna bench. I was hoping he just got like a Charlie horse or something. Still tough to tell, but, and this isn't, the referees probably going to gather together here and just get some free throws. But, that's not Mike Grasso, just a super competitor. A super competitor. And his team plays with his spirit and with his energy. And you just hate to see this at any point. He's doing the right thing. Yeah. He's shaking Jalal Cantor's hand.
No doubt.
Mike's a class act.
Yes, he is.
He's always been like that. I've known him since he was in 9th grade.
He's shaking hands with every CBA player as Coach Grasso with a technical and ejected from the game.
I just hope that, JJ's injury is not an injury, that he's okay. Want to finish this thing out, 19 seconds without
He'll be our player of the game.
For sure.
We'll ask him how everything is. But now a 10-point game. CBA is going to get a hard-fought win on the road at Niskayuna. They knew they were going to be in for a tough game tonight, and they were. And a foul by DiCaprio. That Niskay will drop to 12-6. Remember, these two teams are in different classifications. CBA's in AAA. Niskay's in the AA. Niskay is back-to-back Section 2 AA champions. The AA's will be tough, though. Amsterdam's having a great season. And then we'll see, what the road ahead is for CBA and the AAA ranks.
They're going to be, between CBA, Shaker, Shen, Green Tech.
Yeah.
And I'm probably missing a couple.
You like including that Green Tech team and Will Brown in there, don't you?
Nobody's talking about them, and all they're doing is winning.
I know. I hear you. 3-point shot, no good by Birmingham. We got a foul on CBA with 10 seconds to go. So some foul shots coming up, but it's just a matter of what the final score is going to read. We'll have our post-game show immediately following this, and we'll announce our player of the game. It might be a two-time winner of the player of the game, Coach Scambolari.
Well, I mean, that third quarter was his quarter, talking about J.J. Ozinski. I mean, he just willed his way to 13 points and putting his team in a great position. And, you know, back to Niskayuna, I mean, you look at double A. I mean, Amsterdam, Niskayuna, Bethlehem, Troy, LaSalle.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I just love this time of year because everybody thinks they got a shot.
Yeah, really no need to foul here at this point, right? Up by 12 with 8 seconds to go. This game is over.
And both teams played super hard. And when you play CBA, you're forced to kind of raise your level a little bit just because how hard and how physical that they play. And some teams can do it, and some teams struggle with it. Like, you can't simulate their pressure in practice. The only way to do it is you try to run your stuff without dribbling, and you tell the defense to get in and slap and hold and push and shove, and you got to learn to play through that stuff. But tough to simulate that kind of ball pressure and physicality in your practices.
And Austin Osinski, 1 of 2, 65-52. McDonald with another 3. Short. Staten with a bucket. They're counting that at the buzzer. I think they will. And it's 65-54 as CBA improves to 17-0 on the season. We will come back with our halftime show right after this on My4. All right, we are back here at Niskayuna. Final score, CBA wins it 65-54. Steve Scambolari and the player of the game from CBA. Your second player of the game honors JJ from the Shaker game to the Niskayuna game. Congratulations on being the most valuable player.
Thank you.
Another baseball cap for you to add to the collection here. Congratulations on the win. What was the difference? And certainly in that third quarter when you came out, you had 13 of your 22 points tonight in the third quarter. What was the difference there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just the energy. You know, we came out a little slow, a little sluggish, and I think halftime, you know, we realized we got to pick up the energy to win the game, and, you know, we did.
How about your defense, which I think has been pretty good all year? How much did that contribute to a win here tonight?
And it's everything. And we always preach defense day in, day out. So, you know, and it wins us games. We try and keep teams under 40 points. We weren't able to do that today, but, still helped us win the game.
And now you're 17-0, and you know better than anybody, you're going to get everybody's best shot, right? There's a target on your back. One of the things that was most impressive tonight, you played great. I thought Amari had some huge plays for you down the stretch.
100%.
Just shows to the strength of your group. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he missed that one layup that was kind of big, but I told him, I went up to him, I was like, hey, head up, let's go. He came back, he had a big steal for us, and he ended up icing the game with that one layup, so we came back. And those plays from my teammates around us really helped us win.
Yeah, it was a beautiful feed, too, by him to you on a backdoor cut in there in transition off a turnover. And that defense tonight, able to create the turnovers. How about that play in the backdoor cut? Is that just what you guys work on?
Yeah, it's just the chemistry we got. We've been practicing since, last April, or workout since last April. So just the chemistry we built as a team.
How do you handle 17-0?
We're just taking it one game at a time, 0-0 every single game.
And I think what's so impressive, you guys play like all you want is like a bunch of one-game winning streaks.
100%.
Like you're not too much worried about how many we've won in a row or where our rankings are. And it seems to me like the prize is really waiting for you guys in March. Is that the mindset?
100%. It always is. But like I said, one game at a time.
All right, JJ, you were limping a little bit at the end there. Congratulations on the win. But are you okay? Is it the ankle?
I'm all good. Just a little ankle roll.
All right. And things got emotional at the end. You knew you were going to come in here for a fight tonight.
Yeah,
you knew that, right?
Uh-huh.
You knew Niskayuna would be ready. You were ready for the challenge. Congratulations on the win.
For sure. Thank
you, Jade. Appreciate it. JJ Osinski, 22 points, and he had 13 of those in the third quarter. And once again, our player of the game. Coach Scambolori, what would you say was the difference here in a hard-fought win by CBA on the road?
They just find different ways to win. That's what great teams do. Like, your JJ Ozinskis are going to get theirs. They're going to score points and impact the game. But you got these other guys. Hewlett played well. He had some big moments. Caulfield had some big moments, right? Polydor played well.
Vogel hit a big
three from the corner. So it's just these other people now that are stepping forward and making winning plays. And if you're going to win a championship, you need multiple guys. And CBA has that.
Yeah. Hey, it's been a lot of fun.
This has been awesome.
8 games. We had 2 before the holidays. We had 6 after the holidays. And we've had a lot of fun doing these. I think we named everyone on our broadcast, including Hunter DePace, Skylar Arnold, just a phenomenal job with us every week, marketing what we do here on My4, and we appreciate her efforts. And let's come back and do this again next year, and then we'll see what kind of run everybody can make in the section two.
I'm ready. Just tell me where you want me.
We're going to run you right back here next to me, partner. Thank you to everyone again, and we'll give you the final score once again here tonight in our game of the week. It was CBA over Niskayuna by 11, 65-54. For my broadcast partner, Steve Scambolori, I'm Roger Wyland. So long, everybody. Thank you for watching high school basketball right here on My4.